Hello, my name is Anthony Cafizer, bringing you a new tutorial about System Engineering Essential. Let's go directly in our tool to present our product. We are now in the Architect environment. Here is the main diagram of Architect called Internal Block Diagram, where can be seen graphically the project data. We are currently in the process view, which describes all the activities that need to be performed according to the INCOSE system engineering process. The purpose is to complete this project, which models an hybrid vehicle by introducing a new customer requirement. To do so, let's go in the view 1.2 requirements statement. Here I describe the life cycle stages of our vehicle. We've defined 3 stages: start, low speed, cruising, deceleration, braking. We've defined also 2 stakeholders, customer and regulation. Let's add a new functional requirement produced by the customer, saying that the customer wants to be informed when battery needs to be charged. Now, to say that the customer wants to be informed during the cruising stage, we allocate this requirement onto the corresponding lifecycle. Now, the purpose is to define function that satisfies this new requirement. To do so, let's go in the view 1.3 functions identification. Let's go into the cruising stage and add a new function to satisfy this new requirement. The function is inform driver that battery needs to be charged. To show that this new function satisfies the new requirement, we allocate the requirement upon this function. Now the purpose is to define subfunctions of this function to perform the function. To do so, let's go into the view 2.2 subfunctional definition. Here is the function we have just created before. To perform this activity, we need to define subfunctions. First of all, we add a function which detects when the battery needs to be charged. The second one warns the user that the battery is empty. To perform this high-level function, a functional flow needs to be created between the two functions. This functional flow is a data flow and is the level of the battery power. The function warn user when battery is empty also produces a functional flow, which is a warning. This functional flow is consumed by the driver. So we allocate the functional flow onto the driver. Now the purpose is to allocate the two new functions onto the physical architecture present in the project. To do so, we go in the view 3.2 functions allocation. Here can be seen the functional flow we just created. We can see a question mark near this flow because the functions we just created are still not allocated upon the physical architecture. To allocate function, we go inside the right component and add the function. For example, in the system warning interface, we add the function warn user when battery is empty. As you can see, Architect keeps coherency between your data. The functional flows we've defined before are visible after the addition of the function. If we go in the previous view, we need to add the other function, which is detect when battery needs to be charged, onto the level of battery captor. Here can be seen functional flow exchange between the two subfunctions as Architect keeps coherency inside their project. In addition to coherency, Architect ensures traceability in our model, as we can see through the location window. If we look at the location of the function we just added in our model, we can see that the function detect that battery needs to be charged is both defined in the physical architecture and also in the functional architecture. It is defined under the level of battery captor, which is itself defined in the battery, itself defined in the hybrid vehicle. If we look at the functional architecture, we can see that detect that battery needs to be charged is a child of the function inform driver that battery needs to be charged, which is itself defined in the lifecycle stage cruising. Now the system definition is completed. We can launch a script to produce specification. To do so, we launch a script to produce the internal functional analysis. The script is now finished. A Word document has been produced. In this Word document, we can see the data we just added in our model. For example, we can see that the requirement produced by the customer which is the customer wants to be informed when battery needs to be charged, is present in the Word document. In this document, we can see the functional architecture as well. As we defined in our model, we can see that the detected that battery needs to be charged and informed driver that battery needs to be charged are also present in the Word document. In addition to the functional architecture, we can see also the allocation of functions under component. In this page, we can see that the detect that battery needs to be charged function is allocated upon the level of battery capture system. Compared to other tools, System Engineering Essentials offers strong benefits. It facilitates system modeling because it provides a graphical collaborative environment. Hence, a development team can work at the same time inside a common project. Then, with System Engineering Essentials, you can generate Microsoft Word and Excel documents at the end of each major steps of system specification and system conception, such as external functional analysis or internal functional analysis. Then, as it is powered by Architect, the main features of our software are also available, such as interesting currency and traceability, options and variance handling, and Python programming. Finally, a safety module is available in System Engineering Essentials, which allows you to carry the safety activities when modeling your system. If this tutorial interested you and you want some more information about System Engineering Essentials, please feel free to contact us.